Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia Mesadieu and it is a delight to talk to you today. I hope you are well. Today I want to talk about goal setting and goal setting specifically for 2023. Recently I was gifted an amazing planner by a very special person in my life and I have been loving this planner. I have been absolutely loving this planner. This planner is no other than the Full Focus planner. I have always been someone who has had goals, but I haven't necessarily been the best at staying on track with my goals. The Full Focus planner is designed to help you stay on track with your goals, to hold yourself accountable so that you can achieve your goals, and that's what I love about it. But what I love most about it is that it's broken up into quarters, so you can track your progress quarterly. You can plan your goals quarterly, and that simplifies it for me, because in the past what I would do is I would write out my goals for the whole year and I would never really know how to achieve them. Like, I didn't have a clear-cut plan of how to achieve them. Some of my goals I would achieve. You know, I've done vision boards, loved those, and I would look at my vision boards, I would have them posted up, I'd go back and I look at my vision board and I say, you know, I've achieved a lot of those goals on my vision board. But I really feel like if I would have had a planner, and if I would have looked in my planner, really planned out my goals, like how to track the goals and how to I plan a better route to my goals, I think I would have been more successful. Planning your life can be very overwhelming because you have these goals, you have these desires, you have all these things that you want to accomplish, and you have to figure out how you're going to accomplish them. Like, what's the route to accomplish these things? And I would always get caught up with the route. I would always get caught up in the plan. I would have these goals, but then the execution for me was so much harder because I didn't know how I didn't know how to plan it out. And so now that I have the Full Focus planner, it allows me to focus on the actual plan to get to that goal. This is the first planner that I can absolutely say that I feel like I need it by my side daily. If I don't have this planner, I feel like my whole world is in shambles. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I have never felt like that. Before having this planner, I felt like I would say, oh, I'm gonna plan today, and I would plan, but I would never look in the planner, or I would never follow up or track the things that I said I was gonna do. I would not hold myself accountable, and with this planner I have been able to do so. And I want to talk more about the goals that I have for 2023, and specifically for quarter one, which is January 1st through March 31st. So I'm just gonna read to you what the website says about the planner. This is not sponsored, I just love the planner, but I think that I want to make sure that I'm explaining the planner clearly. So I'm just going to tell you what the website says. Clear goals. Design meaningful goals and use the planner's prioritization framework to create tasks that move you closer to achievement. Less overwhelm. Traditional planners have you create long to-do lists that feel impossible to achieve. The Full Focus planner helps you narrow your list for less overwhelm and more achievement. Guaranteed progress. Follow the planner's planning and prioritization system to guarantee progress on your goals even when life gets busy. And so that's what I love about the planner, is it helps you put systems in place so that you can, again, plan and prioritize what needs to happen first so that you can achieve your goal. For the content, it has the annual goals, goal detail, monthly calendar, rolling quarters, daily rituals, ideal week, and key projects. That's the planning content. There's a section in the planner that it helps you with execution, and that's labeled execution, and that's the daily pages and weekly previews, your quarterly preview, and then the reference. So, and those are your notes and the index. I want this to be as organic as possible. So I'm gonna kind of talk you through how, you know, my first experience with the planner. On the first page, what you're gonna do, or what I did, was I wrote out my annual goals. That's the instruction to have. And you write out your goal statement, and there are videos to help you with the full focus planner, so I'll link those down in my description box, and they will instruct you on how to actually fill out these pages. A suggestion that was given from one of the full focus planner experts was to actually keep it at a minimum of 10, because research shows that when you plan more than 10 goals, you don't achieve all of them. The sweet spot is around 10 goals. I categorized them, so I basically did it in a way where I would do the 7 areas of life. As I wrote it out that way, I was able to plug in my goals a little bit more easier when I focused on the 7 areas of life. So I labeled it 1 through 10. However, I chose goals that I wanted to focus on quarterly. So I have this written from 1 to 10, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to happen in that order. What has to really happen in order is the way that I planned it out quarterly. So my number 1 goal, and I kept it like in the area of mental health and emotions. So number 1 was emotional, start seeing a therapist. So that's something that I want to start doing in 2023. Number 2, create a budget system to pay off 3 credit cards. Number 3, financial, earn $1,000 in passive income through Google AdSense by March 21st. Not sure if that's gonna happen, but I definitely am pushing towards it. I think it's best to write out a goal that shakes you up a little bit, because then it helps you light fire to your feet to get there quicker. Intellectual, consume 1 piece of cultural content daily. I sometimes have trouble with staying current with things, and just making sure that I'm working my mind in all areas when it comes to like cultural references and even things that I'm not even interested in. So I'm always being challenged to really work my mind in that area, especially when it comes to design. So I've been challenged a lot more than lately to make sure that I'm staying current with cultural references and cultural content, and just making sure that I'm working my mind and in the complexities that I need it to, so that I can be a better designer. So that's why I wrote in, you know, consume 1 piece of inspiring cultural content daily so that I can be a better designer. Spiritual, begin a holistic healing journey. That is definitely one of my goals for 2023. I want to go on a holistic journey. 6, social, connect with a friend, family member, or influential contact once a week. I have definitely been doing that, and I can't be more ecstatic about the progress that I've made in that area. Occupational, complete 12 design courses, rebuild portfolio. Okay, so I'm slacking in the occupational area right now as far as completing 12 design courses and rebuilding my portfolio. This is actually one of the goals that I have set for first quarter, and so I need to get on it. But I'm working on it. It's just not where I need it to be. Physical, lose 25 pounds. Environmental, which is my environment, my home, my apartment. I want to buy a new bed and complete my living room cozy aesthetic. So working on the bedroom and working on my living room. As you can see, it's a little bare. I just moved in here last April, so I'm working on getting it to where I need it to be. It takes time. those are the annual goals. Then I have this section where I have to go into detail with my goals. There's the goal summary, and then I write my smarter goal, and then there's a little section of whether or not it's an achievement goal or a habit goal, and then you mark your domain, whether it's spiritual, intellectual, emotional, physical, martial, parental, social, vocational, avocational, or financial. When you take the goal details, that allows you to break it down in the quarters. One of the goals that I'm focusing on for first quarter is I want to earn $1,000 in sustainable passive income through Google AdSense by March 21st, 2023. I have never earned $1,000 in Google AdSense. Been close, been very close. And I think that this is going to be a challenge for me, but it's going to be fun. And I really want to increase my income for 2023. I've been talking about that in a couple of my budget videos, and I think that this is one of the ways that could also help contribute to me increasing my income. And so I'm focusing on that. And how I'm doing that, I have to write down my key motivations. And my motivations were to create a consistent online presence, to grow as a content creator / designer, because I get to design when I am creating content, build a better relationship with money. So this is also helping me build a better relationship with money. And my motivation is to pay off debt, and also to honor my wants for achievement. So then it asks you to write down your next steps. List the first few actions you need to take to reach your goal. So I wrote down create a budget and stick to it. Document and record my money habits and lifestyle. I have been doing this. Create a consistent schedule for content creation. Post weekly videos to YouTube. Working on that. We're working on posting weekly videos to YouTube, and I'm in the process of creating a consistent schedule for content creation. These are all things that can be worked on throughout this whole quarter. It doesn't all have to be done at once. The most important thing is to put the system in place. So by second quarter, I already have this system together, and then I can continue to work this system throughout 2023. So I've been able to use my planner to help me do that, along with my Notion. And then it says, what's your reward? And it says, decide how you will celebrate once you achieve your goal. Pay off a credit card, buy myself an outfit, and furnish apartment. These are achievement goals. So then the next goal was to begin seeing a therapist by April 1st. So I'm actually working on this for the month of February and March, just doing my research about, you know, how much it's gonna cost, is my insurance gonna be accepted, how much am I gonna have to pay, who is this therapist, because you have to vibe with your therapist, even just by looking at pictures and hearing their tone. That takes time. So the goal is to get all that finished so that by April 1st I can actually start seeing a therapist. And my key motivations are to begin healing, to become emotionally mature, to become a better person, ascend to my highest self, and to understand my behaviors. And then it says the next steps, list the first few actions you need to take to reach your goal. Research a Black therapist. That's very important to me. I would like to have a Black therapist. Call Black therapist office. I have researched some Black therapists. I've not called a Black therapist office yet. Understand their billing, compare my insurance and their billing, set money aside for care. So that's something that I need to put in the budget when setting aside money for care. And decide how you will celebrate once you achieve your goal. Well, I'm gonna discuss it all with you. Move on to my third goal. And my third goal is create a budget system that is enjoyable and sustainable to pay off one credit card a quarter. I would like to say that I am actually on my way to paying off one of my credit cards. In my previous budget video, I recently discussed my goals to pay off my Credit One credit card. I started the month off at a total of $283 for January. I had a minimum payment of $30 and I made 2 additional payments. So I paid a total of $176 for this card, and that had left me with a balance of $137. I paid $30 on the card for my first paycheck of this first pay period, and then I scheduled myself to pay another $63 for the month, for this month as well. So then after that leaves me with a total balance of $37, which I will be able to pay off in March, no sweat. So with that being said, I will be paying off my first credit card this quarter, and that makes me so excited. That is so exciting. I don't think I've ever really planned out paying a credit card. I think I've just kind of made payments and then eventually I paid off a credit card. But to actually plan it out this way and to be able to track it, to write down my key motivations, write out my next steps, and to really create a system, like, because had it not been for me really committing to following out, had it not been for me really committing to following a budget this year, and I mean really following it to a T, not just writing out the budget and then not doing the allocation for it and not checking it weekly low. No, this year I said that I am going to be financially fit, and I'm going to be anal about my budget, and I have been that way since January. So, and I know we're only in February, but when I tell you I am creating a system so that this happens for the rest of my life. That is what I'm doing. And so, you know, with having that being said and doing all of that, I've been able to be steps closer to paying off this credit card, and I'm happy about it. Small wins eventually become bigger wins, and I think it's important to celebrate every win that you have. And so that's where I'm at. My goal was to create a budget system that is enjoyable and sustainable to pay off 1 credit card a quarter. And I would like to, my key motivations were to pay off more debt, to raise credit score, to save money, to retire early, and to be organized and happy. And list the first actions you need to reach your goal. Perform monthly budget meetings with self. Perform bi-weekly budgeting. Look over budget every night. I've decided, looking over my budget every night, I'm not sure how realistic it is for me. I've been definitely following my budget. I can't really say that I've been looking at it every night, but I look over my budget often and organize all debts and creditors, track all expenses, and record. Now, what I have been doing is tracking all expenses and recording. And what I've been finding about that is it's been easier for me to do it like 3 times out of the week. That's how I've been doing it, and it helps. And another thing that I like about this is you can write down your steps and you could track what you've been doing. And when you come back and you compare what you've been doing to what you initially wrote down, you can decide if that works for you or not. And sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just not realistic habits for me. So I think I watched a video and somebody said that they were checking their budget every night, and I was like, I'm gonna check my budget every night, but it just doesn't happen every night, and that's okay. As long as I'm tracking my expenses, I'm looking over it at least a couple of days a week, and I'm making sure everything, the math is mathing. Decide how you will celebrate once you achieve your goal. Okay, have an online celebratory party with you all. Buy a new book in the Clever Girl Finance series and treat myself to dessert. I don't know about dessert because I'm going on my detox, so I don't know about that anymore, but I'll definitely buy a new book in the Clever Girl Finance series. I want all of her books. Also, I should tell you, I labeled the domain for the Creative Budget System Financial. And for the therapist, I labeled that domain Emotional. And I already told you what the Sustainable Passive Income for Google AdSense was labeled. That was labeled Financial. So then I put in one more goal to focus on, and that is complete 12 design courses throughout the year of 2023 by completing 4 courses a quarter, and rebuild my portfolio with my new skills and projects of design. This is an achievement goal. The key motivations is to become an expert in my field and industry, to have more advanced skills, to earn a higher income, and to design with confidence. And then also I'll list the first few actions that I need to reach the goal. Create a learning calendar. Choose the 4 courses I will take, implement the new courses into my schedule. I have been slacking on this. I have not chose the 4 courses that I'm taking. I keep saying I'm gonna implement a learning calendar, and that it's always on my to-do list. I haven't gotten around to it, and yeah, so that's it. I've taken 1 course. I've taken a couple of courses. I've started them, but I haven't finished them. So I am slacking in this area. But I'm gonna get to it. This video that I'm creating right now is definitely motivating me to hold myself accountable and to make sure that I tighten up in this area. How will I celebrate my goal? I will celebrate by journaling. I will add the courses to my LinkedIn, and I will celebrate by going to dinner. I definitely am going to give you all updates on what's happening so that you all can stay in the loop. Also, don't forget that this is something that you do have to invest in quarterly. That might also make you think about whether or not this is something that you want to do, but this works for me. This is the best planner that I've ever had, and let me tell you, I've purchased several planners, and this is the one that it fits my life. This is something that it helps me to be less overwhelmed, and I'm just so grateful for the person that gifted it to me. And yeah, it's the best thing, the best gift that I have pretty much ever gotten, because it's helping me organize my life. I believe you can get this planner on Amazon, so I'll link this on Amazon, but then also I'll link the actual website for you all as well, so you can get more information about it. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.